Hey everyone, I'm Allison. I'm so excited you're here watching this video and doing yoga with me. This is a quick routine I like to do in the mornings or anytime really that I just want to get my intention set on Jesus and just focus my eyes on the hope and the salvation that He has for me. So let's get started by coming into a comfortable seated position. You can go ahead and close your eyes and just begin to take notice of your breathing. Place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Check in with your heart rate, see what it's telling you. Check in with your emotions, see how you feel. Do you have anxiety? Do you feel peace? What are you feeling right now? Slowly begin to inhale deep in your belly, taking in as much breath as you can into your body, allowing your ribs to expand and allowing the breath to come all the way up into your chest. And slowly exhale it out. And fill up your body with a breath again. Deep in your belly, through your ribs, letting them expand, and up into your chest. And slowly exhale it all out. Go ahead and do one more breath just like that. Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 through 3 says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God." So that's what I want our intention to be for this practice. Just whatever came to your mind when you heard that verse, when you thought of something you've been carrying, the weight you've been carrying, whether it be pain or shame or fear, something that happened to you, something you've done, whatever it was that came to your mind, I want you to just take a moment to picture taking off that weight, off your shoulders, off your ankles, your wrists, your mind, wherever you feel like it's weighing you down. Let it come off, take it off. And just in your imagination, see Jesus. And see how happy He is about you and about your life. He doesn't see weight, He just sees a free person who's able to run with endurance a race. That's how He sees you. That's how He knows you. He has paid for all of those other things. He's finished it. So take a moment just to turn your eyes towards Him. Just turn your focus away from the other things and onto Jesus. Just let gratitude come into your heart and joy come into your heart that Jesus paid a price for you to be free. And to put those weights aside, and that He's with you in the process as you get free. So just use this time to just shake off anything that's been clinging on to you so that you feel free. So we're going to go ahead and start in mountain pose. So you can come to the front of your mat, standing about hips distance apart, really taking a moment to ground your feet into the earth. Feel what it feels like to have all the four corners of your feet touching the earth. Engage all the muscles in your legs, making them really strong. Take your shoulders back and down away from your ears and lift through the crown of your head, coming really tall and really strong. And take one deep inhale here and one deep exhale. And then as you inhale, sweep your fingers over your head And on the exhale, hinge to your right, getting a good stretch in the side body. Inhale back up, and on your exhale, hinge over to the left side, stretching it out. Inhale all the way back up, lifting up your fingers tall through the crown of your head. And then leading with your heart, dive forward into your forward fold. And you can just take a moment here to just stretch out the back of the legs, just let them warm up. Take some time here. Can bend one knee and then the other knee. Just letting them get motion and fluidity in them. And then on your next inhale, come to a halfway lift by placing your hands either on the ground or on your shins with a really straight back. And exhale forward all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift again. Exhale, forward fold. And on your next inhale, sweep all the way up to standing with your arms up. And on your next exhale, go ahead and hinge to the right. Stretch out that side body. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale over to the left. Super good. From here, we're going to go into your Sun Series A. So inhale, your hands up overhead, letting your gaze follow your hands. Exhale, dive forward to your forward fold. On your inhale, you can go ahead and come halfway up. Then exhale, planting your hands on the ground and stepping back into your plank. Take a big inhale here, and on your exhale, keeping your elbows at your side, you're going to come down through your Chaturanga push-up. And on your inhale, you can press up to your Cobra pose or your upward facing dog, whatever is best for you. And then on your exhale, go ahead and press back into your downward facing dog. And take this first downward facing dog slow. Just take a moment here to bend one knee and then the other knee. Just getting warmed up and ready to flow again. So now you can go ahead and step or hop up in between your hands and exhaling, coming to a forward fold. On your inhale, sweep all the way up to standing, arms overhead, and exhale, hands to heart center. Another inhale, sweep your hands up overhead, and on the exhale, dive forward to your forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. On the exhale, plant your hands, come down to your plank. Inhale here, and on your exhale, keeping your elbows to your side, come all the way down into your Chaturanga push-up, inhaling upward facing dog or Cobra pose. And on your exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. Then you can go ahead and step or hop forward and exhale into your forward fold. On your inhale, sweep your arms all the way up over your head to standing. And then exhale your hands to your heart center. And then staying really grounded through your feet, we're going to go ahead and take your left leg back behind you, slightly blading your foot and letting the weight fall into the back blade of the foot and bending through your front knee, coming to your warrior one. Making sure your hips are really square to the front of your mat here and your shoulders are back and away from your ears. Take a deep inhale here and a deep exhale. Being really strong in this pose, engaging all the muscles of the leg, keeping the back leg as straight as possible. One more inhale, and on your exhale, open up into your warrior two, letting your gaze come over your front arm. A deep inhale here, and a slow exhale. Inhale, and then on your exhale, bring your hands around your front foot, Plant them on the ground and step back into your plank. Take a good inhale. Exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, and on your exhale, go ahead and step forward in between your hands and come to your forward fold. And then you're going to inhale up, sweep up to standing with your arms up overhead. Exhale your hands to your heart center. And again, taking a moment to root through your feet, engaging the legs, keeping the shoulders back and away from the ears. You're going to go ahead and take your opposite leg back behind you. So your right leg behind you this time. And you can bend your front left knee, coming into your warrior one. Keeping that back leg as straight as possible. Remembering to keep your lower belly strong and your knee over your ankle. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale one more time, and on the exhale, open up to your warrior two. Take a few breaths here in this pose, keeping that knee over the ankle. Checking in with how you feel. How is your body feeling? Notice if you need to make any adjustments. On your next exhale, plant your hands on the ground and step your foot back and come to your plank pose. Take an inhale here, and on your exhale, push back to your downward facing dog. Remembering that you want to keep your spine straight, more so than your legs. If you need to bend your knees, that's a super great downward dog for today. Take an inhale here, and on the exhale, step both feet forward and come to your forward fold. Awesome. All right. Now you're going to get to come down on your mat. We're going to do a camel pose. So come onto your knees, keeping your knees hip distance apart. And you can go ahead and start by placing your hands on your hips or on your low back to give yourself some support. You're going to slowly lean back. And if this is where you're going to stay today, that's awesome. Keeping your hands on your low back. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can take your hands back onto your ankles or onto your feet. And go ahead and breathe here. Even when it feels really uncomfortable, don't hold your breath. Stay with the breath, pressing forward with your hips, creating space in the back. Just a few more breaths. And then slowly lift yourself back up to come to your kneeling position. You can bring your hands and plant them on the ground, coming to all fours. And flow through some cat-cows here. Inhaling, bending your back, lifting your heart. Exhaling, pressing it back. Just working through that work you just did in your back through your camel pose. Now you're going to go ahead and come to your pigeon pose. So taking your shin parallel to the front of your mat, your right leg, you can go ahead and set yourself up here for pigeon. Trying to keep your hips as straightforward as possible. And the closer you bring your leg in towards your body, your foot in towards your body, the easier this is going to be. So if it's really tight in the back of your hip, don't try to force it all the way out here. That could really hurt you. So listen to your own body and do what you need today. So yes, we're going to just take a few moments here, just breathing deeply in this position. And if or when you feel ready in this position, you can walk your hands forward, coming down onto your forearms or your forehead or laying flat over your leg. Just whatever is in your practice for today. And just breathe into that tight space, opening it up for the day. Then when you're ready, you can walk your hands back up. And then press yourself back into a 3-legged dog, shaking out that right leg. Plant that one down on the ground. Lift up your left leg and bring it forward for your left side pigeon pose. Getting yourself situated here. It might feel different on this side. That's okay. Everybody has a tight side or a looser side. That's totally normal. So if and when you feel ready, go ahead and walk your fingertips forward. Come down on your forearms, your forehead, whatever is in your practice. And just breathe into that tight space. Alright, then from here you can walk your hands back up, plant them on the ground, and push yourself back into a 3-legged dog, shaking out that left leg. Feels really good. And planting that left leg on the ground and coming to your downward facing dog. Just take a few minutes here to bend one knee and then the other knee. Just walking it out, getting a good final stretch in your final downward facing dog of this practice. And go ahead and come onto your knees and make your way to your back, stretching out your whole body long on your mat. Go ahead and take your right leg and hug your knee into your chest. And then you can slowly draw that knee over the body and allowing your right arm to fall out long on the opposite side with your gaze following the arm for a spinal twist here. Just taking a few moments here to rest. Go ahead and bring that leg back up, hugging the knee. And then you can take that right foot and put it towards the right corner of your mat. Hug in your left knee. And then you can go ahead and draw over your body with your right hand. And let your left arm fall out long on the opposite side. Letting your gaze follow, coming to a spinal twist on your left side. You can take that knee and hug it back in and let that left leg fall out towards the left corner of your mat, letting your hands come palm upward to your sides, coming into your final resting pose of Shavasana, letting your eyes flutter closed, releasing every muscle in your body, letting go of all the tension that you may be carrying. Just breathing in those spaces. Letting go of your jaw, the space between your eyes, your shoulders. Just remember that this morning or this afternoon or evening, whenever you're doing this practice, to fix your eyes on Jesus, the author and the perfecter of your faith. He's so for you. He's never going to be against you. And he wants to take all those weights that have clung to you, that you've held on to, and he wants to take them off of you, and he wants to see you run with freedom and with endurance the race that was set before you. He has good things for you. He has a hope for you. And I hope that today you're reminded that he's with you in the process, and he's with you wherever you're going. Thank you so much for being here with me and practicing with me. Feel free to stay in your resting pose as long as you would like. And when you're ready, slowly bring yourself back up to seated position. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you have a really beautiful day. Bye.